Hey, what's going on, guys? Joe here, coming at you today from Town Hall 12, and today we are going to take a look at some of my legend hits. So we had to make a major shift and change. Obviously, my trophy count dropped quite a bit because the other night we did a 24-hour stream, and I was unable to complete my hits. What can you do? I couldn't help it. It was like one thing over the other. It's okay. We're gonna rebound. But anyways, about a week ago, man, we had a serious problem going on with some Pekka BoBat. Like, I couldn't use it anymore. It's like no good. It's no good up in Legend League. I'm sure it's good on some bases, but there has been a major shift in the base building meta to combat bats. Like, this is something that I've noticed. I haven't watched any videos, so I'm sure somebody's already mentioned it already. But I've noticed that a major shift in the wizard towers and the placements of the inferno towers, like a lot of multi-targets, is completely useless for bats. So we had to make a plan, and we had to kind of make an adjustment and shifting. And so I kind of started looking at my balloon armies, and I was like, I'm no good with balloons. I don't trust myself up in Legend League for it. And they're just not maxed out anyways. So then I started thinking about miners. I was like, I used to be pretty good with Queen Charge miner back in the day. So why not try it again? And we actually kind of came up successful with that. So today's been a very successful day with the Queen Charge miner. We'll take a look at a couple of replays. We almost 3-starred. I came up short a few times, actually, a 99%, a 95%, and then a 93%. So obviously we're starting to zone it back in. This is the first time I've touched this strategy or a strategy like it in probably about a year and a half. So please forgive me for not being 100% right away. We're going to get there. You have like a couple of seconds to look at a base, and in hindsight, you have to make adjustments. Now, this base is clearly not maxed out, but this is the kind of base that I would totally Pekka BoBat. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, this was like probably one of the first raids of the day. And I was like, oh man, are you serious? Like, I don't even have the army for this. So what we're doing is having to make an adjustment by using the Queen Walk in order to get in on the clan castle troops and take them down. The wall wrecker, we're using the Valkyries, and we're sending the wall wrecker straight to the town hall, the clan castle, the town hall. I thought about switching to a stone slammer because the stone slammer is a little bit more versatile in the sense that it can be used to take out defenses as well. But then I'm afraid that the Valks aren't even going to make it to the town hall, and we could shift the miners that way. It's just something that I'm playing with right now, guys. Like, I haven't really solidified anything on this. It's just I cooked up this army, I made a few adjustments, I added a Pekka in this scenario. I replaced the Pekka. I've since replaced the Pekka with the Electro Dragon for this, situations like this where we have a lot of buildings stacked on top of each other. Everything's only one tile a piece, and then we're kind of using the rage poisons. We're using a double poison, so we've been double poisoning because there's a lot of dragons. And so I kind of, in this situation here, I had a queen on queen action, and then we had to deal with dragons. So I froze the dragons in the poison spell, and then I'm using the wall wrecker here to send it straight to the core with the Valkyries. Now, I was using the Ice Golem Pekka combination in the wall wrecker, and then something that I was starting to have a little bit of issues with was the fact that the Pekka is the first thing that's coming out of the wall wrecker. No matter how you put it in, you can request Ice Golem and Pekka or Pekka Ice Golem. It doesn't matter. It still comes out Pekka Ice Golem, and then the Ice Golem manages to survive the raid while the Pekka is roasted early. So it's just like, that's just not working out for me. I don't know if you guys have been having the same results, but for me personally, that's what I've been facing. That's why I changed over to straight Valkyries in the wall wrecker, sending it straight to the town hall to make sure we get that thing down, because that's really, in hindsight, what has been causing me major issues in the last couple of days. Like, I could have the most successful raid in the world, and the Pekka will not get that town hall down in the core. And so I did have some wall breakers here. I brought wall breakers just for the fact of the queen, and then I just eliminated them all together just in case. Like, you can't really plan for every single base in Legends League, so I thought about bringing some wall breakers, but then I just found that they're a waste of space and I'm not actually using them. But anyways, yeah, so we had a pretty successful raid here. They obviously bypassed some stuff here. They bypassed the wizard tower and the expo. That's kind of silly, but that's just how miners operate. You got to have a pretty clean funnel. So we're going to go ahead and back out of this one. We saw that it was 93%, and we're going to take a look at that 99% raid. I got so close, and I didn't hold on to a wizard. I didn't hold on to something. It's just that it was actually my fault, rushing. So 32 cups opposed to 40 cups. All right, so we got like a it's a clan war base. This is clan war. I've seen this base before somewhere. I think you can use hog riders on it. If you send hog riders down this chute right here where the archer tower, wizard tower, and then it works down into the expos, this is exactly where I think I've seen this base before, was a clan war. So I kind of had an idea on how I wanted to hit it. But again, you only get like 30 seconds to plan, so you kind of have to make some adjustments on the fly. And so what I do is I'm using, the miner army is very similar to how you would do it with the Town Hall 10s and the Town Hall 11s, by using the king and queen on the outer perimeters, paralleling the base in order to clear out multiple buildings. Now, obviously, we have to wait until this thing starts. Archer over there in the far western corner to work on a few buildings that was outside of range of that archer tower, and then I dropped the king. So the king's tanky enough to handle a lot of stuff by himself. He doesn't necessarily need any help, but obviously my level is not maxed out, so that's something that we have to work on here in the upcoming days. I hope to get that book that's in the events right now and upgrade him another level. All right, so using the balloon to scout for seeking air mines, and then sending the archer queen in. Now in this raid here, I believe I did have an electro dragon, and I was holding on to it until the end of the raid. So queen is the main focus now, and the target here is in reality the clan castle troops. We got to get rid of the clan castle troops, and we want to take care of that town hall. So rage spell down because of the barbarian king. The wall wrecker, I didn't really see a point in sending it with the queen. It's just silly to do that. So I kind of used it off to the flank to try to take care of some buildings that are off to the immediate flank of the queen. And then I froze, poisoned the dragons and the town hall. So I kind of timed that just right, played it pretty good. Queen takes down the town hall, and then she takes out the dragons. And I don't think I need to use her ability. I don't really recall. But anyways, once that town hall falls, we're going to send the grand warden and the miners straight down this chute. And then just using the heal spells. Now, I haven't really kind of perfected where I'm using the Grand Warden's ability. I'm really kind of planning to use it for the Eagle Artillery volleys. Anyways, that's exactly what we did. So once the miners hit that compartment, there was a giant bomb, and the timing of that Eagle Artillery volleys, we were able to save the miners or do very well here. And then on the back end over in the eastern corner, we did use the Electro Dragon to kind of start doing some cleanup and also join my miners. The miners, they do well, man. They do a lot better than I thought they would, as long as they're properly funneled. And that's something that I've been lacking in the last couple of weeks, or the last couple of days, working with them, trying to get back into familiarization with them. It's just a matter of getting them channeled through the base in the same direction and not spread out. And that's something that a lot of us make major mistakes on. Queen goes through the wall here. She had to cut through. She takes down that multi-target Inferno Tower, and then she takes down the Grand Warden's altar. And then all we had left was a few Archer Towers, and I think I do, in fact, lose the Queen in the back end of this raid, or she might survive. I think she might actually survive. I can't really recall. Let's go ahead and speed this one up. I think you guys have got the point at this point in the raid. I think you've kind of figured out what we're talking about. Miners are going to come back around. Queen's going to get caught up on a wall. That's about right. And then we're just going to run out of time. I think we have a little bit of a time fail. So, I mean, again, miners, I think they're there. Are you guys actually using miners, or are any of you trying them? I'm finding some success with them. I'm going to continue to work with them and try to perfect this strategy. Let's see if we can find one more solid raid. I think there was a 95. Was this one right here? This is a 95. Okay, yeah, so this base right here, I've seen this base quite a bit, and this is your typical four corners base, or whatever it's called. I'm sure it's called something else, but anyways, to me, it's a four corners base, and the intent's quite clear. You know, everything to travel around the outsides if you're trying to use bowlers, and what you have to do is make sure that you are able to channel whatever you're sending to the core straight to the core. So we use the Electro Dragon, even though there was a few buildings over there, and we use the Barbarian King. So what I'm trying to do is kind of clear up some of these buildings that are inside this first corner, and then I'm going to use the Archer Queen on the opposing side and allow her to clear out a few buildings before doing anything else. Now, I think I use I do use the Baby Dragon. The Baby Dragon is used to the immediate flank of that Queen, and it's going to take out a few buildings, and I believe it ends up finding a Seeking Air Mine. Unfortunately, I didn't drop the balloons. I don't know. I tend to forget to do that sometimes. But anyways, and then we're going to drop the Wall Wrecker after the Queen moves in. So the Queen's going to take out that Siege Machine Workshop, Rage spell as she deals with that Barbarian King, and then the poison spell down on the clan castle. Now this clan castle happens to be all archers. Pretty smart, I guess. They're a major deterrent, major distraction. and they do little split up there. They get caught up on the baby dragon, but then they end up going into the queen. Now I drop the wall wrecker, sending the wall wrecker straight to the core of this base. The expos are spread out, so that's a good thing here. And then I send a few miners over there on that one cannon, as well as the balloons to take it out. Using a freeze spell in the core there, we're going to send the miners directly into the base. They're going to stay on the outsides, and I'm fully aware that they're going to do this. As they move through, we're dropping heal spells to try to provide them coverage. We're going to use that Grand Warden's ability here in a moment, I believe. Yes, Grand Warden's ability is used. And then Queen's going to take down the Town Hall. The Valkyries did, in fact, get roasted, but it doesn't matter. We got plenty of miners to get around the back end. They're going to take out this Eagle Artillery, and we do have a multi-target Inferno Tower over there. Queen's ability is used when she fights, battles it out with the opposing queen, and then she's going to help with that final Inferno Tower. So the healers, they do shift over to the miners. So that's something that will happen if you're not aware. Be aware that the miners will pull the healers off of the queen. Now, in this situation, the Grand Warden managed to take the healers from the miners. We probably would have been a lot more successful with the miners if the healers had continued going with them instead, but the Grand Warden, he just sits back here aimlessly. This dude has problems. I'm telling you, this guy has problems. He's going to sit here and shoot this wall for no apparent reason and get my healers killed. It just didn't make any sense. But it is what it is. I'm sure there's something there that I'm missing that I don't know. He's just, Grand Warden just makes me mad sometimes. It is what it is. Anyways, miners are going to go around the back end of the base since we didn't save anything for that side. There's a wizard over there, and I think we had an archer remaining. Save the archer for that northern point builder's hut, and yeah, so I'm going to continue to work with this strategy. I'm actually kind of interested to see if you guys have tried anything with it or tried to use it at all and had success. I'm finding some success. This is really just like the actual full day that I've actually used it, and we've been able to climb back up about 100 and some trophies. That's a good thing. Other than that, that is going to wrap us up. This is the army right here if you want to try it for yourselves and let me know the results. And this is me doing my best to help you suck less. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thanks for watching, guys. So I went on a spending spree, and I caught a chocolate for it and then some. I'll never do it again, I promise. I'll never do it again.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyways, we got the Valkyrie Queen yesterday. You saw the video today, right?
It's just kidding, guys.